Hey y'all, it's me, World Famous Gamer again. I wanted to talk about which one Forrest hid first, or yeah, which one Forrest hid first. The gold coins or the chest, and some people might think it's not important, but considering the fact it could be maybe in a national park where there are people, I think it's very important. This is the car. This is the parking lot. This will represent the bathrooms. This will represent the little map that says you are here. This black line with the brown color on it, that's the human trails. This one right here is like sometimes there's a human trail to go straight, and then you can get a little closer to this area through a side trail to look at where you're at on the map. And this green will represent the trees. X represents the location where he hid the chest, and this is the imaginary path that he took to get to point X on the map, where he hid the treasure chest. If he takes gold first, he's got to worry about the gold coins moving around, all the precious stones and stuff, making some noise. And it's about 20 pounds, so he had to be very careful when walking. Hold on a second. Yeah, we'll just use this, actually. Yeah, because those are the trees up there, and the trees, okay. If you got people between where you're at right now as you get out of the car and on that path right there, you got to worry about with them hearing that change moving around, or that change, that gold, which is a lot of change. If they hear it, that's 20 some odd pounds, about 20 pounds of gold and precious stones. You're either gonna have to, hold on, you're either gonna have to put in Ziploc baggies and tape it up to where you don't have a lot of noise moving around in your backpack. Assuming you carried a camping backpack. Or you're going to have to hold out on the gold, taking the gold first. Now, when you go that distance, do you worry about someone, you lock your car, do you have an alarm on it? In case someone randomly just breaks in. And I would like you guys' thoughts in the comments, and maybe even a video response if you don't mind about this. I'm thinking what he did was he took, my arm's getting tired, dang it. He took the gold second. You take the bronze chest first. And you carry it with you. You put it in your backpack, you take it all the way, and as you're walking, you're just walking normally. And I don't know how he could keep a straight face doing this, because I'd be nervous as hell. But you're walking, you see people, you're checking, you're scoping it out first. And he was in the military, he's in the Vietnam, so he had to learn how to do this kind of stuff. His thinking on how he hid this treasure chest, I think, relates to the thinking he had when he was younger. He's a very highly intelligent human being. He's been through a lot and seen a lot in these wars, so he had to think ahead to do something like this. He had to think very well ahead of so much. And I think his time in the military has helped him sharpen his mind, which would end up helping him later on in the future when he's thinking about hiding this treasure chest. So he's scoping it out first to see if the coast is clear. And if he does see anybody, he's got to wait it out. He maybe goes off the beaten trail and looks around. If he sees people, he's just probably going to sit down and relax, maybe on a rock or something. I don't know. But when you're carrying around the bronze chest, it's not going to have that much of a sound to it moving around in your bag, especially if it's closed and locked. And that's even if it's a factor. One of my thinkings is that it could be a waterfall. That he had it behind heavy loads of water high, but I'll get into that one a bit later in this video. Assuming I don't forget. You carry the chest, the chest, and if the coast is clear, you hide it. But you do that first so you can see how clear it is from your starting point to your end point. And if it's not clear, you wait it out. And if it's clear, you hide it or you bury it. And then you come back, and then you got the gold. Now, if he's got people there, then after he hit it, he's got a whole afternoon to do this in. And he hit it very, very, very well, because people have been within 200 feet and not seen it. Yeah, it's a small chest, but 200 feet, I've measured that distance. And it's a little box, but if you really look and think, you can find it a lot faster than those people that were closer to it. The only thing I can think of is it was buried, and that's why they've been within 200 feet and not found it. Or it's very, very well hidden. You get the gold, and if there's people, like say he hid it, and then he came back, and nobody knows, he could probably go back, and if he had to wait it out another day, he could come back on another day. But he happened to get lucky, and in one afternoon was able to hide it, assuming there's quite a bit of people. So he goes to the car, gets the gold, walks all the way back, making sure that the coast is clear. Now, if he hit the chest and it's in a location that not many people go to, then I can see where he just went, boom. Maybe he cut through here. Maybe there's, I don't know, maybe there's a way where you had to take a trail, or you cut through here. And you come back, and then you grab the gold and go hide it again. Go hide the gold. Hide the treasure chest, hide the... Hold on, this camera's... Got the camera charging, so it's on its cord, so it's limited where it can go. If there's not anybody around, and he could just go hide the chest and then go get the gold and come back within the afternoon, it's... An afternoon is quite a bit of time, but I'm thinking he thought this one out and said, well, I gotta take a whole afternoon to think about this. So if he did it that way, then, you know, did he have to just make plans for his family some other time? Like, did he originally have plans and then he told him, I'll have to postpone those plans, I got something to do? Or, you know, how did it go at his house when he was thinking about hiding this treasure chest? I think a lot of these things can really help maybe point in the right direction as to where he went. One afternoon, I'm wondering if he actually meant literally, or if that was just used as a time frame, because he likes to play with words. And I'm not sure if like one afternoon is as long as one evening, if it's like specific hours or what, but I'm assuming, like everybody else, that he hit it in one afternoon, literal afternoon. And I think he carried the chest first, make sure the coast was clear. And if after he hit the chest there were people, he waited it out, waited for it to clear, went and grabbed the gold, and went back to that same location and hit it. But also, I was looking up what do you call it? I was looking up on Google about the hunting, because some of these national parks let people hunt. And it says many of the most famous national parks certainly don't allow hunting, but 59 out of 390 properties administered by the National Park Service do allow hunting. In total, about 35% of the NPS acreage uses hunting to manage game populations, accounting for 29 million acres. I'm just averaging it right there, 29,943,312 acres to 19,677,033 acres, of which are in Alaska. But my reasoning is, I think it's important because if he's within a range that allows hunting, you have to be careful not only of people here, but what if there isn't? What if there's a human trail, but it's within a hunting area? Hunters use binoculars and scopes on. They use binoculars, but they use scopes on their rifles. Did he do this in a non-hunting season? Because maybe he took into consideration that if he goes out there and hides the chest, there could be at a long distance some hunter with a scope, and he happens to be hunting and looking around through a scope, and he happens to see Forrest hide his chest. He's not going to say nothing. He's going to wait for Forrest to go, and then he's going to go grab that chest. You know? So, and people might say, well, he wasn't in a dangerous area. Well, it's not really a dangerous area. It's got animals. Just because it's hunting ground doesn't necessarily mean it's, dangerous. It happens to be a national park, and it happens to be an area where they're allowed to hunt. I don't think, because he said it's not in a dangerous, I think he said it's not in a dangerous area, but, bears aren't going to be like, oh, well, it says no bears allowed, so I'm not going to go in this area. I'm just going to leave that one alone. Bears could travel anywhere. They could go anywhere. So wherever this location is it in a hunting area? Because he has to think about that kind of stuff. If it's within a close distance where he doesn't have to worry about it, then he could go to it, put the chest in there, come back, go get the gold, put it back, put it in there, into the treasure chest. He doesn't have to worry. But if it's a long distance and it's within hunting ground, if someone's got binoculars, or even the non-hunters, tourists or whoever, you never know. They can have binoculars and they could be looking through them at that particular time. You don't know. And I'm wondering if he scoped the place out first. He's like, let me scope it out, see who's around. The one thing I can think of where you don't have to worry about, and I'm gonna go to hold on. Hold on, let me see something. I'm gonna go to one of the locations that I was watching on A Gypsy's Kiss. Shout out to them, by the way, Toby Eunice and Shelly Carney. Love y'all. Can't wait to see what you guys got going in the new program. One of these locations, and I think it's very interesting because it's like an open area, but there's a specific location that it's, that it's not so in an open location. The general areas in the open right here. Hold on. Okay, I memorized this location when they showed it. Right here, If you say he hit it here, he's got to worry about this whole distance about someone within long range seeing him. You don't just hide this and carelessly not look around. You're very cautious. You are holding $1 to $2, maybe $5 million of gold in your backpack. You're going to be very careful. If you know this place so well, which I believe he did, it's very special to him. You're going to be able to, I'm thinking, if you know it very well, like he might have, I'm pretty sure you did, then you're going to be able to, you know exactly where you're going. It's not like you're going to be looking around the area, well, I wonder where a good place is to start hiding this gold. You're going to know it very well. You're going to be able to go straight to it. And as quickly as he went straight to it, meaning like he wasn't looking, he wasn't confused, he knew exactly where the location was. So the minute he got out that car, he knew it was right here. It wasn't guesswork for him. Oops. Hold on a second. I don't know if that's someone getting ready to come to the front door or not.